The introduction. The overall number of product lines that are offered to its customer by a company is called product mix. Product mix is also known as product assortment. Length, width, depth, and consistency are the four major dimensions of product mix. Now let's look at each one of them briefly, starting with product width, which is the number of product lines. The overall number of product lines that a company offers to its customer is the width or breadth of the company's product mix. For example, if a company sells watches and sunglasses as its only products, the product mix of the company is 2. Startup and small-scale businesses generally have a narrow product mix. Building market share by starting with a basic range of products is more practical business approach. The company may later expand into other industries on the basis of company's technology and build the width of its product mix. Next is the length, which is the total products. The length of a product mix is the overall number of articles or products in the company's product mix. Example, if a watch and sunglass company sells only aviators and wayfarers in its sunglasses line and only analog and digital watches in its watch line, the product mix length of the company would be 4. Moving on, depth, that is the product variation. The overall number of variations for each product in a product mix is known as depth. Size, color, flavor, and other major features of a product may be the variations mentioned. For example, if a sunglasses company sells medium and large sunglasses, that is the size, and in 3 shades each, color, the depth of the product mix would be 6, that is 2 into 3. And finally, consistency. Consistency pertains to the similarity in the terms of use, production, and distribution of the product mix. The consistency of a company's product mix may greatly vary in terms of use, but might be very consistent in terms of distribution. Example, Durex and Dettol are sold both in retail stores by a company called Reckitt Benckiser, but the uses of both the products vary vastly. Since the consistency of the product with respect to production vary, the product mix of a company is not consistent. Now let's look at an example of Apple's product mix. Apple's product mix involves several product lines. As you can see, smartphone, laptop, desktop, smartwatch, wireless hands-free, tablet, TV, speaker, accessories and services. Now these are different product lines under Apple. And each product line has several products. For instance, the smartphone product line has several models under it, thus called the product line depth. Now moving on to the next concept of line stretching. A certain part of a company's total product range is covered by its various product line. A company elongates its product line in down market, up market, or both ways. And in such cases, where the product line length exceeds its original range, line stretching occurs. Let's start with the first one, down market stretching. The reasons for which a company in the middle market might want to introduce a more affordable line might be, the company might find big growth opportunities by selling more affordable goods, example Walmart. The next, the company might want to compete with lower-end competitors who may be trying to move up market. For example, if a low-end competitor attacks the company might retort by entering the low end of the market. Next, the company might notice a lack of growth or a decline in the middle market. Thus, a company might stretch in a down market by either using its current brand name or by completely changing its brand name and building brand equity from nothing but scratch. Examples of brands who adopted the down market stretching strategy are the Audi Q2 and Audi A3 and the Apple iPhone SE. Next up is the upmarket stretching. Companies in the middle market may find growth opportunities by entering the high end of the market. Some companies may completely change its brand name in order for consumers to allow them to stretch upwards. This might have not been possible with the initial product line. Examples in this case are the Audi Q7 and Audi A8. And far as Apple is concerned, the iPhone 11 Pro. Next, both ways, that is a two-way stretch. Companies might stretch both in the down market and up market directions. This happens when the company wants to cover the entire market and decides to establish its brand in both the premium as well as economic segments of the market. A brand is free to do so if it thinks it needs to launch both premium and low-cost products for the varied masses. It is very common in big brands to build brand architecture by covering both segments in the market. This gives them increased revenue and turnover. Example in this kit could be Armani. For high-end offering, it has Giorgio Armani. For mid-range, Emporio Armani. And for the more affordable range, they have Armani Exchange. Moving on to the next concept of line modernization. Line modernization is a strategy used to relaunch existing items in a product line after adjusting and modifying them to match modern needs and taste. Modernization is constant in the fleetingly growing product market. To make the customer move ahead and buy higher valued items, companies plan improvement to its existing products. A major challenge is to balance the timing of the improvements of a product. An early improvement might hamper sales, and a delayed improvement might get the competition an upper hand in launching the products and building their reputation with more advanced equipment. Examples in this case would be the microprocessor companies like Intel and AMD, software companies such as Microsoft and Oracle coming with their updates, the Apple Watch Series 6, and the iOS 14. The 14th and the current major iOS mobile operating system launched by Apple Inc. for iPhones and iPod touchlines. And moving on to the final concept of line pruning. Line pruning happens when a company discontinues a brand or the production of a brand due to a low response from consumers or lack of financial returns. This helps the company concentrate on its best brands or products. Reasons for pruning: first, being unprofitable. The company might discontinue its product or brand when it does not get financial returns for the same or might be in loss because of it. Next, sometimes they even drain your resources. Although the product is profitable, it might be hampering the company's ability to sell other items and make more money. For example, if more money can be made by selling another product, the company might discontinue making the less profitable one. And finally, redundant. If a company reaches a point where it sells two similar products where the sales are the same, the company might drop one of the products. The example in this case would be Windows Vista. In 2017, Microsoft discontinued its 10-year-old and often run-down operating system Windows Vista. And this was a statement. Microsoft has provided support for Windows Vista for the past 10 years, but the time has come for us, along with our hardware and software partners, to invest our resources towards more recent technologies so that we can continue to deliver great new experiences, the company said in a statement on its website.